Oh boy, has it ever been hot recently. We have purchased a fantastic fan, and we're gonna put it in the center vent above the kitchen to serve as an exhaust fan and also to help pull some of that cooler air in to Windy as we cool off here in some of these hot days in Asheville. Hey everybody, welcome back to No Ordinary Path. My name is John. Today is a Real Talk Tuesday, and if you're new here, that is one of the episodes that we put out where we kind of bring tips and tricks to everybody that we're learning along the way. Our regular episodes are aired typically on Sundays, and those are just about our adventures and things like that we do. I am a travel nurse. We travel around the country with myself, my wife, and 3 kids and a dog in the travel trailer behind us that we call Windy. We have been in Georgia and Florida, and it has been hot, and it is finally cooling off here in Asheville. I think the high is 80 today, but for the last couple of evenings it's been in the 60s, and I'm sitting outside, the leaves are falling, and it's just beautiful. But there is like no air movement inside of Windy at all. We can open the windows and everything like that, but if there's not a breeze, there's not movement. So we want to remedy that situation, and we have purchased a fantastic fan for that purpose. I am going to install it in the vent right above the kitchen, which is not a powered vent, so follow us through this whole process of installation. Quick note, we are not sponsored by Dometic that makes fantastic fan, and I know there's some other options out there. We may talk about that, but you can purchase this if you're interested. We'll have a link below for our Amazon affiliate account, and you can go there and check that out. Otherwise, yeah, let's get started. We've actually had this fan for a while, even so much so that I thought about doing it during the whole cluster truck episode when we were in the parking lot at Ford. Even got up there to check it out and see how much of an install it was going to really be. If you haven't seen the cluster truck episode, yeah, check that out up here for sure. Or is it over here? Is it up here? I forget. God, I'm awful at this stuff. All right, so we're still stuck here at the Dodge dealership. Waiting for the truck to get worked on, but I thought in the meantime, since I'm just doing nothing, I might work on a little project. So I'm going to look at what it might take to install this fantastic fan that we just bought. There's the rain cover off, so there's just the typical vent from the kitchen, and we've removed the screen from the inside. Let's see if we can see Kristen. Hello! Oh, she's recording too!
Hello, hi!
Hello, hi! We're not going to redo everything tonight. This was more of just a look to see how involved this was going to be. When we first got Windy, cooking was a learning process. And there was a few smoke alarms that were set off. One thing that's interesting about the Keystone Passport 3350BH, which is what this trailer is that the range hood, it's got a fan. You know where it vents? Right here. And right out up here. There is no external vent for the range hood. I know there are tons of forums and places where people get online and talk about solutions to this problem, because yeah, if you're using the griddle or the stove like we use, sometimes it gets some smoke. Now you can open this window, but if you have a range hood, right? So one solution that a lot of people do is put the fantastic fan or any kind of powered vent fan right there so that the smoke and stuff that is produced is pulled out easier. All right, so this is the vent that we're talking about using, and as you can see, there is no fan in there right now. So one solution I've got to figure out is to run a 12-volt power, because I do want this to be able to work when we're certainly boondocking and unplugged. I could potentially run it from the lights. I might be able to run it from a 12-volt source over here at the range hood and up. So we'll just have to see. Certainly a disclaimer here, I am in no means an electrician. I do have a brother that is one though, but there are plenty of YouTube videos about how to go about doing an install. So this is not really an installation video. You guys are going to be here with me through the process, but we're really more focusing on why we're doing this and whether or not it's going to be beneficial for us in the end. We have 4 roof vents in this rig, and we may end up doing a couple more powered vents. We have the little ones in the bathroom, but they're kind of worthless. You guys know what I'm talking about if you have an RV. So we'll just see how this works with one of them. There's some 12-volt wire access that are to these lights. But the problem with installing the fan hooking into those light systems is that when the fan is on and we're unplugged, the lights dim quite a bit, and even when it's like on full power, they will flicker if they're on. The other problem with that, for the fan to work, the switch has to be on for those ceiling lights. Even though I can individually turn them off, and a lot of people have used that as their solution, I don't want to mess with that because I like being able to turn the lights all on and off with that one switch. I did read online that one of the things that you can do is tie into the range hood power or even to parts of the microwave. I'm going to take this part off to see what is back there. I may have to snake something up to that roof vent so I do have power to wire the Fantastic Fan in, and I want to make sure I do all of this beforehand first. Obviously, as you guys see me taking this apart, you'll see that the lights and stuff are on in the background. By the time I actually start messing with the wires, of course, you want to turn the shore power off if you're plugged in, and disconnect the battery to make sure that you don't shock yourself. All right, cabinet space sans microwave. Look, you can even see the old color that Wendy's trim used to be. If you missed our video where we made this thing look a lot brighter because of all the white, go back and watch it up here. So, Crystal will have it. While looking for power in here, I kind of came across another, and of course, I'm creating more work for myself, but the wife likes the idea, and happy wife, happy life. We're thinking about completely getting rid of the hood because, I mean, honestly, you guys, it's a pretend hood anyway. It does have a little light in there, which I like, but I think I could probably install another one by itself. The problem is this thing just vents up through the microwave. So I was wrong. Remember when I said it vented up here above the microwave? It didn't. Let me show you. There's the fan. See here, there's the fan, okay? Where does it go? Nowhere. It doesn't go anywhere. There is no venting. Useless. It is completely...
Why?
It is completely useless.
But, I mean, it's just for show.
Yeah. I mean, it moves the air around a little bit, but that's about it.
And it's not even that cute.
I mean, it's not cute.
It doesn't fit. I mean, it's for show, but it's not like...
It's not cute. It's not cute. If you're using power tools like I am, because it makes the job so much easier, I was fortunate actually to get this little extension with Wendy. It actually came with it. So yeah, I just really enjoy this tool. I mean, who wouldn't?
What are you doing? I don't think I can put that on a video.
This is the 12 volt. I may have to, this is what I want to use because right now it's not connected to any other switches or anything else. It's definitely 12 volt because we've always been able to use the fan and the light here even while boondocking and not hooked up to anything. So that's what I want to use, and I may, you could see they drilled a hole right here in between these cabinetries to get to it. So I'm going to have to somehow snake it back up. I might be able to go up through this off with the vent. Power's back on, everything is fully wired and tested. Let me show you what I did here. I drilled another little hole here and I wired them up through another hole that I drilled here. Now, I know this isn't clean, guys, and I'm sure that there's better ways to do this. I could not find this wire up here at all, despite fishing and all that kind of stuff. So this is just what I did. I'm sure there's a cleaner way to do it, but it does work, and none of those are going to be seen behind the microwave anyway. They're coming out right here now, and I've already kind of held the fan up and tested it just to make sure that it works, and it does. So the next step is to get up on the roof and really put this thing in. I know a lot of people are going to ask about this. Being a Keystone Passport, Wendy is not a walkable roof. So what is my solution here? Well, there's a couple of different schools of thought on this. One, you can distribute your weight by getting like 2x4s or sheets of plywood and putting on top of this. And if I was going to be doing extensive roof work, that's what I would do. In fact, I read one place where they say get like the 4-inch foam board, which is even lighter, but still distribute your weight nice enough that it's really good for it. I have actually already been up here And as long as I stay within the trusses, I feel pretty confident. Right back there, the far one you see is the kids' room. Then there's the kids' bathroom. This is our kitchen vent that we'll be working on. And then of course, our vent from our bathroom there. That's the shower. There's the AC, antenna. I'm not sure what that is. That's the refrigerator. Love my Ryobi drill. Somebody made a comment about it at one point in time. You know what? I love this thing. It works great. It was a gift. Big fan of Ryobi. Never really had any issues with it. I use it to raise and lower the jacks. All sorts of stuff. Whew, it's hot up here, but I think I'm just about done with getting the thing off. I've unscrewed all the screws around it and peeled back as much of the die core as I can. Now, what I don't want to do is tear the roof. And in 3, 2, 1. Well, hello!
Wow.
Look who I found. Hi there! Well, she's in. Unfortunately, the screw patterns didn't line up. And we are paying a tax here. I thought for sure that our vent covers that we had there, VentMate vent covers, would fit the Fantastic vent when it was lined up. I know, I didn't look it up. I'm sure there will be people that comment about it. We have got on Amazon and ordered a Dometic vent cover that will fit over the top of this so that we remedy that situation. It's actually putting out a decent amount of air, like pulling out of the RV, which is nice. I wanted to take a second to test the rain sensor because this thing has a built-in rain sensor. That's this little strip. You can barely see it right down here. And so I'm going to use a little bit of water I put in a can and pour it in there. What's supposed to happen is the vent's supposed to close and the fan's supposed to turn off in the event that it would be raining. So let's see what happens. Oh, there it goes. Fan hasn't turned off yet. Oh, there it goes. Fan turned off. Okay. Homeschool is done for the day. The kids did a great job. Today is day 2 of our Fantastic fan install, and we gambled a little bit last night because I got it all zipped down with the screws and everything, but I haven't die-cored it, which if you don't know, that's the sealant, the watertight sealant that goes around it. So I gambled and I won because it didn't rain, but now I need to get back up there and just apply the die-core, and everything else is done. We picked 2 tubes up. I don't think I'm going to need this many, but we'll see. And you definitely want to get the ones that are self-leveling. Die core needs to be installed when it's nice and warm outside. It doesn't necessarily have to be hot, but you want it to be at least warm so that like self-leveling action works really well. So now it's noon right now. The sun is at its zenith, and I'm going to do this. And there's not a cloud in the sky. It's beautiful out today. Well, here we go. We are finishing up the Fantastic fan review. We've had it for a while now, and I wanted to kind of give you our thoughts on it. I had some concerns about how the rain sensor and the auto shutoff works, especially with this little gal right here. When it's open and it's running, it will work fine as long as the weather is good and there's no rain. As soon as it rains and that sensor detects the water in it, it will close the lid and shut off. I haven't seen it do this, but according to the manual, once that sensor dries, it will open back up again. If it's hard enough rain to really soak that rain sensor, the thing will close, and then it's going to take a little while, maybe an hour or more, depending on how much water actually gets in there, for it to dry. I worry that somebody may rely on something like that for their animal to help regulate and cool the temperature. Now, we would not leave Cinder in the rig if it was ever going to be like dangerously hot or anything like that, but I want to make sure that, you know, people that are watching this video understand that. So other things that I like, it definitely pulls air in at night. The trick is to open only a few windows and let it don't open everything or you won't really notice this. But if you open a couple windows here and there on either side of the rig, you'll really feel the breeze. It does very good at venting the exhaust. And speaking of, it does feel way bigger inside of Windy after removing that vent hood. May also look into adding another one, but I think we may try the Max Air, which has its own built-in rain covers. That about wraps it up for us, you guys. Cinder and I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching it. If you're interested in any of like the stuff, the products that were used, they're in the description below. Hit the like button, that helps the video a lot. If you're brand new, please subscribe and let us know in the comments below. And if you've done any install of the Fantastic fans, or if you've used them in your rig, or maybe the Max Airs, I'm interested to see what you guys think about it, so let me know. And we'll see you out there.